Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and I guess I'm a smidge late on this, but I guess Kathy Kennedy is about to say Leslye Headland has now confirmed that Khmer, the stranger, is the apprentice of Darth Plagueis. Okay, so I just want to give you guys a little bit of background here real quick, not a long one, but I don't have Leslye Headland's actual interview. I guess it was done on like a podcast or something. It's not that easy to find. So I'm not even really sure where people heard her directly say it. I am not new to the interwebs, but had a difficult time finding anything other than like podcasts where I don't want to have to sit there listening for like an hour. But I did figure out a way to confirm it on Wikipedia. And just so you know, this video, if you've ever seen this video, the intro is, I'm not even going to play it, but just, what is the obsession with weird innuendo with people? Like, you know what you guys know what I mean by the type of innuendo, wink, wink, I'm talking about. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it just really was weird in this video, and this is like a fandom video that they put on here, like the website's own video. Why do they do stuff like that? It's not as funny as they think it is, and it's not kid-friendly. It's just stupid. Anyways, whatever. So it was like, oh yeah, Darth Plagueis is Wikipedia, let's look it up. Because if she said something and it's official, it's going to change. And it did. So here's what happened. So notice they don't have when he's born. And this is one of the problems. So I'm going to get into the context of the video, but I'd also like to mention this. This is a very important thing about Disney Star Wars and how they they don't commit to anything. And, like, everything's vague. Like, so they have hit when he died, but they don't want to say when he was born. Not because they are trying to be secretive. It's because they literally don't know. So Darth Plagueis is in the Acolyte, and they supposedly have this plan for him, but they don't know when he was born. I mean, Pablo Hidalgo, the Lord Genius, can't figure out when he was born. Leslye Headland, who put him in the show, can't figure out when he was born. Like, and it's one thing to say, like, I've said this before, whatever. They're gonna change people's ages and stuff. That's what's gonna happen. I'm not happy about it, but there's, if they changed Ki-Adi-Mundi's age but made the story good, you know what? Whatever. Change his age. I'm over it because I'm just wanting good. Reasonable to good stories, even reasonable would be a solid step up from where we are. And so I'm not as worried about that. Like, yeah, I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid that you cherry pick a character out of a book. Yes, Sidious mentioned him, but his look, everything about him, and what they're doing with the cave and everything, if you know any background of the book and the planet they're on, Beldemnik, all that stuff. I've done videos about it. Go back and watch them. It's all provable stuff. They're using all that stuff from the book, but then to change his age, it's lame. But again, make good stories. Like, that's what we want. Like, if you have to change his age to do so, well, it's pointless in my opinion, but whatever. Just you're not going to write a good story either, which just makes it worse. Even guys like Theory that are super mad about Ki-Adi-Mundi, if the story was good and he wasn't totally like hiding stuff now in The Phantom Menace and kind of wrecking some of his lines of dialogue, he wouldn't care as much about the age. It's just, that's just another thing compounding onto the stupidity of what they're doing. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, so this is canon. So again, they don't know when he's born. They're just making it up as they go along. All these supposed experts, this massive writing group, Pablo Hidalgo, Dave Filoni, it's just on the fly, no clue what's going on, no planning. They still haven't learned, going all the way back to The Force Awakens, where JJ has now admitted not even now, a long time ago, that they never had any plans. And again, I'm not saying you don't have to plan out everything, but plan out enough that you can kind of see where you're going with your show, that you expect a second season and you want all the fans to beg for it online because you're apparently not getting it. But here's the thing that they did. Okay, so they are canonizing Tenebris. So Tenebris would be Plagueis's master. Okay, he's a Bith. If you don't know what a Bith is, if you watched the original trilogy, you remember those guys playing the flutes in the Mos Eisley Cantina, that's a Bith. So now, okay, Darth Tenebris, but then it says Plagueis' apprentice is the Stranger, or Khmer. Okay, so he's going to be a rival to Sidious, or he's the precursor to Sidious. So it just speaks to them cherry picking. So not only do they not know what they're doing with like the ages and stuff. So what happened was so the Stranger, I've done a previous video about Khmer and how Khmer is literally Darth Venomous, right? He's into the potions, the venoms, right? He's got 2 lightsabers, or like 1.5, like he can split them off. That's another thing with Darth Venomous. He has his own unique, crazy fighting style, Darth Venomous. And you can watch my previous video about that. You can check it out. But there's so much about him that speaks to him being Darth Venomous. Darth Venomous in the books was one of Darth Tenebris' secret apprentices. So he had Plagueis, but then he had like, I think it's like 3 or 4 other apprentices, and Venomous was one of them. Eventually, Tenebris settled on Plagueis and kind of gave Venomous the boot and the other guys the boot. And Venomous was also a Bith as well. But they took basically all of Venomous's attributes and put it into the Stranger, or Khmer. And so they're cherry picking stuff. And he was supposed to be a rival to Plagueis, not a apprentice of his. So they're switching things around and changing things as they see fit, because they just cherry pick what they like out of the EU stories, and they change them how they want to, and then pretend they've done something new and creative, right? That's essentially what they're doing. So I don't like that, and as much as I think Venomous is a cool character, I don't like that they're just kind of using what they want of him. It's the same way like changing the ages. Again, it's not the end of the world if they could write good stories and do that. But they wrote a really bad story with essentially is Darth Venomous. And now they're changing his role in the story that was in the books. So it's one thing to change him from a Bith. It's one thing to change an age. But now I guess he's the precursor to Sidious, instead of what he was supposed to be, which was a rival to Plagueis, which elevates Plagueis, because in the end, Tenebris chose Plagueis over these other apprentices. That's kind of cool, rather than just like, oh, he's just another guy, he's another apprentice of Darth Plagueis. I don't know. To me, it's just lazy, and they're cherry picking, but that's the bottom line. We got the final sort of confirmation that, yes, the Stranger is Darth Plagueis' apprentice, and he's Darth Venomous, but not. A lot of people thought he was a non-Sith. It's just like they do, like, you know, like all these characters that basically do everything Sith do, but they're not Sith, like Kylo Ren and Shin Hati and Balin and all these characters, because they're being creative by making everything about them the same, but then changing it by simply saying they're not that. So he's basically totally venomous, except we're going to change a couple things so he's not that. Because we're super creative and we think of new things at Disney with our 50,000 people in our writing group and Pablo Hidalgo and all these people, and just constant, you know, going over things apparently. It just feels like they're just picking up a paycheck. They're not even doing anything. It's super disappointing. It's super stupid. And again, I go back to it. I'll stop. I'm done the video. But it's just like, really, you can't put it when he was born. You still haven't figured that out because you have no planning and don't know what you're doing. So you only have when he died. And are you going to change that too? Is that going to be changed now? I mean, at least you made him a Mun. You changed Venomous's alien race. Now I guess he's okay. He's a Mun. That's good. And the pronouns. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of this. Is it just like constant rip-offs? What do you think about the story group? What do you think about just what they're doing and how they're changing certain things and leaving certain things? Let me know in the comment section. If you like this content, guys, please like and subscribe. It always helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel, and have yourselves a really good day.